Hello, greetings, my friends. This is Gilles. I wanted to wish you a wonderful, wonderful spring that is coming today. It is the beginning. It is a new beginning, and on April 1st, we're going to have a new moon in Aries. That is that's going to be really the power of the wand, the magician. You have to create your wand, and then you spray light on all situation, and the magic happens. And really to realize the magical aspect. But for now, we have to face a little phase of 10 days. The 10 has been hijacked by the dark for a long time, and now we have this 10 days happening from the 17th to the 26th has been revealed that and it's those are waves of light and darkness, darkness and light, darkness and light, darkness and light. For those in darkness, they will be perceived as all their reality has been shattered, and it's going to be very dramatic. And so because the revelations are going to be coming within the next 10 days, and for those in the light, we'll still see that, but we'll see that as those waves of fear that will be imposed have to be counteracted with light and love, not to be fooled into the waves of fear that's going to be sent through the consciousness of humanity, because somebody's going to speak something, and it seems to be something that's we'll look into it, but continue to focus on your connection to source, to creator, to the total joy, the acceptance, the love, the light. For peace and love is not they're not luxury items. Peace is not something it's not a luxury. It is something that should be essential, considered as essential. And so we want to continue to cultivate the inner peace and to broadcast it, to anchor it into the Mother Earth. For Mother Earth will also become one of the most proeminent consciousness in our own internal process of healing. And I'm going to discuss a little bit the work we need to do with the trees. I'm going to pull a few cards first, see what. So the highest wisdom is flexibility. There are certain things we cannot compromise with evil, but we have to be flexible for within this with darkness. But we have to be flexible. There are certain things we need to be flexible. We just need to draw certain lines in terms of what our principles are and stand by our principles. But for everything we need to still be flexible. What we need to understand is faithful heart. It is a test. It is how true are you to yourself? How much love how true it's also being true to our friends, to our love, to those we love, to our creator, to our mission. What we need to do is to allow all those things, the chaos and conflict, to pass through, to allow the transformation of all that is inferior. Call on the violet fire. Call on, let yourself be burned in the violet fire, and the outcome will be the time of the nap. It's going to be rest, relaxation, vacation. We're going to be able to integrate, to find the balance. For this equinox is all about balance. I know I'm going to be called to talk to all kinds of people. For now, the mission is more on the behind the scene. My mission is whatever we do inside is behind the scene. But at some point, we're going to be called. Many light workers are going to be called onto the stage, and so we're going to need to talk to all those people, the European Union, the United Nations. If they're nice, we'll sing them a song at the end, but we're going to need to come together with after the revelation. We're going to need to come together with a plan but there are enough energies. We have to trust the greater plan. It's in the hands of God, and to continue to follow the guidance as you tune in to the ability to receive the information. Spirit is able, your soul, your spirit, your monad, your guides, the company of heaven is able to send you information that will give you a greater perspective in relationship to those eventful happenings that will be happening in relationship to the shifting of this the consciousness of humanity. But there's going to be many revelations that are going to be coming. It's very important to be careful with all kinds of messages that you can receive on YouTube, on social media, that present dystopian an idea of hell, and they're presented as inevitable. I keep seeing that. I don't watch the video, but I say, no, thank you. This is not this is not for me. This is not my reality. They say, well, it's inevitable. We're going to move into this dystopic society where it's going to be hell, and it's like those are the waves of fear they're broadcasting. Yeah? So just do not accept, allow anything to come to pollute your energy. And for we need to put an end to dark activity. For that, we need to be asking spirit to do it, not from a victim point of view, but from a divine sovereign authority. For this work is about the restoration of the consciousness of the divine. So I'm going to pull a few cards to see what the Akash may just reveal to us. Hopefully my phone will hold. So the highest wisdom is the tree. So I'm going to talk about a bit about the trees. Trees are living beings. For if I would go to the mainstream media and I start discussing that, I would be considered completely insane and marginalized. But here I'm talking to initiated, and so trees are consciousness, collective consciousness, just as humans are collective consciousness. There is a grid that is forming. I just realized, I felt it extremely powerfully, is the Christ consciousness, before I go into the tree consciousness, the Christ consciousness that's awakening, the Christos Sophia that's awakening within all, throughout the world. There are millions of beings that are awakening this power of unconditional love within their heart, and the heart will eventually overflow. And so you can connect to the grid. It doesn't matter of the religion. There can be some people that have no religion or in completely different religion that have developed this Christ consciousness of love and unconditional forgiveness. So, and you can connect to that grid. When returning to trees are basically they turn carbon dioxide into oxygen. But within the carbon dioxide, it's all the negativity, the negative feeling, the negative thoughts, the negative emotions of the collective humanity. And so they have a powerful mission to transmute into oxygen, pure, breathable, light, lucidity. The oxygen is the essence of lucidity for us in our physical body. The more conscious we breathe, the more oxygen we bring into our physical body. That's why, as an ex-smoker, I am a little bit handicapped, but it's part of my past here. So the trees, some trees may have difficulty transmuting all this energy. So when you come communicate with the trees, you can realize that the trees are consciousness. You learn to communicate. The Druid used to know that. You communicate with the tree, but if you cannot really well communicate telepathically with the tree, as you said, I am with your name, and the tree will know you are there. Your I am is I am. This elemental consciousness will recognize your presence, and so you can initiate a contact. But if there is a hard time communicating, the tree may be in difficulty transmuting. So what you can send love and light to surround the tree, and between the root and the trunk there is this core consciousness of a red ruby. So you can take the ruby of the tree, to put it in your heart, fill it with love, and then you return it's a universal field of consciousness, this ruby light consciousness that trees are connected to. Something we're going to be learning to develop our connection and communication to this collective that they're all communicating with each other on a universal level even. So the highest wisdom is the tree, and I thought I was going to be talking a little bit about that, to love the trees and to communicate. They can teach us so much. For us, we're little children to trees. They've been around a lot longer than we have, and for the highest, what we need to understand is Egypt. All the power centers of the earth are being reactivated. The Egyptian plateau of Gizeh is a very powerful center. It's a library. It was built above the hall of the Amenti by the master of wisdom taught. Everything there's so much mystery that will be revealed about Egypt. Well, there's still every country is going through its own cleansing and purification process in preparation for the revelations that will be coming. What we need to do is wisdom. Call on your unicorn. Unicorn is like has a third eye that's been projected. Unicorn is a symbol of wisdom here. But call on wisdom, call on the wisdom, call on your master guide. The master guide is the depositor of wisdom that for you. Call on your guardian angels. She will assist you also with all those things of the earth, and can call on your creator, call on any guide, any master, ascended masters. They all call on the Christ, call on Mary Magdalene, call on Mary, call on call on Saint Germain, call on the Buddha, call on Mahomet, call on the Archangel Michael, call on any of the other archangels. Spirit is always here at our beck and call, but we do not know how to utilize those resources yet. As we fuse our energy with those power of heaven, a lot of things that what we would call miraculous things will happen. And the outcome is the monk or the nun. So that means two things. That means not to distract, to disperse our energy, to remain focalized, not to take care of business before we go into taking care of our own self before anything else. But it's also about disconnecting all past life memory of lack and celibacy, to become fully empowered as a sovereign being, not to be locked into some vows we took in some past life. So this is a very important things to do when this card coming out. It means that it's very important to I free myself from all engagement, all bondage, all contract with any church or principles that would limitate my sovereign self creativity and the fulfillment of my higher sexual happiness. For everything is sexual. The cell is a sexual being. The atoms are sexual beings. Everything is based on this. It was the means by which to go into dissipate into infinity, the infinite diversity. Sexuality is the mean by which is something very sacred that's been made very cheap here on the planet, but we're going to return as you love and respect everything, find its proper order. And as we do that, we let go of that of those limited unconscious beliefs of that we need to be poor, that we need to be celibate. But it's like it really have to be broken to accept the abundance. We'll discover Atlantis. Atlantis is also about resolution, a resolution of the polarity of the yin and the yang. There's so much that we're going to be discovering. So this is what the Akash wants to, but to allow the memories of Atlantis. We've all been part of that great experiment of Atlantis. I wanted to say that I'm going to be also initiating very soon, when the resources come, to open a travel agency, a space travel agency, that will be not about transporting our physicality somewhere, but learning to transport our consciousness through a vortex, collectively, to transport our consciousness, so that the more we do, the more we are able to see, to hear, to communicate. So, with beings of other dimensions. I've done hundreds of initiation when I was living in the United States. It works very well, and the technique is proven. It works, and so there will be the new initiated. The new initiate will be what I discovered that needs to be done is that to do a few travel on the Earth, to learn to project your consciousness somewhere else on the Earth with a group before we go into the spaceships, starships, or extraterrestrial starships or other planets, which is fine. But before to undertake interplanetary travel, to learn to master the process on the planet. And then there will be another aspect of the agency that will be more into technological research. But for now, it's all in the works. Everything is there is very specific protocols that needs to be followed, and then it's just a matter of allowing it to happen. Well, I think I pulled some cards. I covered the subject I wanted to talk about. I hope you're having a wonderful spring celebration. For we have to imagine that life will become soon a celebration, a permanent celebration of joy and sharing and discovering in all humility. But life has to be gracious, and we're right on the brink of the doorway that is happening. What's happening is we're going to move into. There's been. There is many portals that's been hijacked by the dark, and so that created synthetic influence on the whole collective of humanity. It's like a warlike technology of the mind, the psychic mind, and this is through those waves of darkness and light. This is going to be completely transmuted to become fully organic, and we're going to find that by April, our inner power will have greatly increased as everything continue to accelerate. So I'm gonna finish with a song. I thank you for everything. Thank you for holding the light, for being happy for as much as possible, to continue to be creative. Thank you for listening to my messages. Also to follow the channel, for your likes, for your comments, for your donations. And I'm going to finish with a song. It's a song of the Rolling Stones. It went through my mind. I already sang it, but it's one song I really like from the Stones. There's so many that my favorite song is Angie from the Rolling Stones. I've never sang it, but I think it's probably one my favorite. But this one is called Wild Horses. It goes like this. Childhood living, it's easy to do the things you wanted. I bought them for you, graceless lady. You know who I am. You know I can't let you slide through my hands. Wild horses couldn't drag me away. Wild horses couldn't drag me away. I watch you suffer a dull aching pain. Now you've decided to show me the same. No sweeping exit or off stage lines could make me feel bitter or treat you unkind. Wild horses couldn't drag me away. Wild horses couldn't drag me away. You know I dreamt you a sin and a lie. I have my freedom, but I don't have much time. Face has been broken, tears must be cried. Let's do some living after we die. Wild horses, we'll ride them someday. Wild, wild horses, we'll ride them someday. Wild, wild horses, we'll ride them someday. Well, this is a song of some. When sometimes there are relationship, we know they're not good for us, but we bound. We cannot help it. It's a karma that needs to be balanced out. In this song, he also affirmed the fact that he believes in eternal life. Well, let's do some living after we die, because it didn't work in this. Doesn't really work right now. But and it's true, we don't have much time. We are free, but we don't have much time. Time is now. There is no more time. Time is, it's going to be more and more. We're going to be able to utilize the now for the creative process, and the outcome is the moon, to allow to face our fear, the opportunity to elaborate or to refine your project. Allow yourself to be guided by your intuition. Confront your fear to be stronger. So it's very, very much a card of integration, of softness, of kindness, of being. It's about not allowing all those waves of fear that they're going to be broadcasting into the world in the next few days to always counterbalance, counteract with love and light. That alone will guarantee the successful process of this entry into this new moon on April 1st. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful day, a wonderful spring for the for it is coming, and I'll talk to you later. Adonai. Namaste.